My name is Joseph Wunderlich. I'm a professor of engineering, architecture, and computer science. This is the fourth part of a lecture series on masonry in a materials and methods course. The whole section is on masonry in general, masonry, stone, and concrete, and then this is part 4 of that in that lecture series. This is one of the last exterior load-bearing buildings, masonry in the United States. Before we went to steel skeleton, you can see how it's fanned out at the bottom. That's what you need to do if you're doing all masonry going up high. These are concrete blocks, more specifically concrete masonry units. CMU is how it's referred to in the field in architecture and engineering construction. Modular. This is a little bit of the details of how to put them up. You need to have line blocks, and you lay the courses out, and you got to keep them level and flush. And it's not an easy thing to do, but you need guidelines as you go on each course. This is my home project. You can see this was 450 block, I believe, maybe 460. You need to do the mortar, a right kind of mortar, just not any old cement. You need specific kinds of mortar, and then you tool it to give you a certain look to it. So, for example, Frank Lloyd Wright would like to recess the horizontal joints, but leave the vertical ones flush, and that would magnify or accentuate give an illusion of more horizontality. You can see in the picture here different tools, and my son laying block. We also carved his name into the cornerstone there, and he's laying that last block in the corner. A little bit on modularity. This is for buttressing, and you do that in cathedrals. You're holding up the side of the church from it's under a vertical compressive load, and it will buckle out, so you put the buttresses on the side. The same kind of thing I'm doing here a little bit. Also underpinning, shoring up old 1877 stone foundation before I load on a whole new building on top of 2.5 stories. Here's an example of underpinning. This is under the actually smokehouse. There's 2 buildings connected together, and you can see that's not quite a stable foundation there, so I'm actually redoing underpinning the existing foundation. Here's some more modular units and the capstones and the proper flashing and details and working drawing as opposed to architectural drawings. Architectural drawings gives you the main idea. A good carpenter or mason you can just build from architectural drawings, but on large scale buildings you need working drawings telling specifically what needs to be done, and they're a legally binding set of documents along with the specifications, which can be a couple thousand pages on a good scale building, large scale building, along with hundreds of sheets of drawings. Here's detail in commercial construction, mixing the modular blocks with the steel. And as opposed to wood, mixing wood with the modular concrete blocks. This is a picture we took in Mons, Belgium, and it's a little different kind of modular block, but actually a lot more lightweight too. So there's different ways of making your modular blocks, as you may have seen with Frank Lloyd Wright's textile houses. And here's another picture in Europe of that. Glass block is a very nice modular thing to use. Sometimes you can do it without mortar. You can do it like this and without reinforcing too. Now you need to be careful of how high you go and how much you put it in an area of high traffic, because stability without reinforcing. Unreinforced masonry can be a recipe for disaster in certain situations. If you're going up multiple stories or if you're in seismic zones. You can do very much beautiful things with glass block. Let the light in while giving privacy. Here's another beautiful example, mixing tile. Tile's another modular form. Exterior use of glass block. And then Minecraft video, block by block. You can find Minecraft videos on Frank Lloyd Wright building textile houses as well. or not him building them, but people building Frank Lloyd Wright textile houses that lend themselves to modularity very well. You can show, you do it fine grain enough and a big enough scale, you can use the little blocks to make even curves, effectively the illusion of curves in Minecraft. And you can go to this link here and see the server, the public servers that I ran for a while, and then publications in London and Japan based on this. We did rapid prototyping of a number of things and group builds. Also, you can do circuitry in this too. And then once you rapidly prototype, you can then go into more professional types of architectural software like Rhino and Rhinoceros and Flamingo, and then into the professional versions that use in a firm for working drawings and architectural aesthetics too in Revit, and feed that into Lumion or 3D Studio Max for animations. And we do that also in our laboratory studio.